Are you craving a cozy holiday breakfast but not all the calories? These high-protein sticky toffee waffles taste like a warm, buttery dessert, but for breakfast, and without blowing your macros. They're soft, sweet, caramely, and topped with a macro-friendly sticky toffee sauce that feels way too indulgent to be healthy. Hey Fit Foodies, I'm Kristen Blumetti, macro-friendly recipe chef and one half of the Fit Foodie Chicks. Around here, we take your favorite comfort foods and give them a macro-friendly makeover. And if my business partner Jackie, who calls herself a self-proclaimed dummy in the kitchen, can make these recipes, so can you. Before we dive in, be sure to grab our free Ultimate 10 ebook with our top 10 viral recipes that broke the internet at fitfoodiechicks.com/ebook. And if you want full access to over 250 monthly meal planning recipes inside our app, plus a free custom macro calculation and our fat loss formula guide, head to fitfoodiechicks.com/food. Now let's cook. All right, the first thing you want to make sure you do is grab your waffle maker and turn it on so it's preheating. You want it to be nice and hot once you put the waffles in. That's what's going to give them a crispy outer edge with a soft, fluffy middle. Okay, one of the key ingredients to a sticky toffee pudding recipe, which is what these waffles are inspired by, is chopped dates. So you can buy dates pre-chopped, or you can buy whole pitted dates and chop them yourself, but you need some chopped dates. And we're gonna soak these in hot coffee. So I'm gonna brew a cup of coffee and get these soaking. When you buy dates from the grocery store, they tend to get a little dried out. So we're rehydrating them and adding some flavor by soaking them in the coffee. So we're just gonna let those sit and soak while we make the rest of the batter. Okay, we're gonna start with some light butter. Butter, we're gonna add 1 egg yolk. So we just need to remove the whites. So I like to just crack the egg in half, gently pull it apart, and allow the white come out while I kind of toss the yolk back and forth between the two halves of the shell until all the white comes off and all you have left is the yolk, and dump that in. You can save the white if you're going to use it later for something else. To this, we're going to add our 0-calorie brown sugar substitute. Perfect. Okay, we're just going to whisk this together until it gets all creamed together and smooth. Now we're gonna add our dry ingredients. So you need to grab yourself a protein pancake mix. I love Kodiak cakes. These are so versatile to make so many things. And of course, waffles. Now I fell in love with sticky toffee pudding the very first time I went to Gordon Ramsay's restaurant, Hell's Kitchen in Vegas. My husband and I love watching that TV show. And after one of my bikini bodybuilding competitions in Vegas, I knew that was where I wanted to eat after the show. We weren't even gonna order dessert, but it came with the meal that we had ordered. And so we're like, okay, fine, we'll share it. We'll have a bite or two. We licked the plate clean. It was the best thing we had eaten there. And from that moment on, if I see sticky toffee pudding on a menu, I'm always ordering it. Okay, we're gonna add a little bit of molasses to this. A little tip with molasses, every time you use it, you want to make sure you wipe off the top of the jar before putting the lid back on with a wet paper towel, because this stuff is super sticky. If you just try to put the lid on without wiping it clean, you're never going to get that lid off again. We're going to add just a touch of vanilla. Now to this, we're gonna add 15 grams of protein powder. Now you could use vanilla if that's all you have, but if you can find a caramel or toffee flavored protein powder, even better. The rest is going in the sauce. Okay, now we're gonna add ultra filtered fat-free milk to boost the protein content and add our liquid. All right, and those dates have been soaking in that hot coffee. Now we're gonna dump these in with the coffee and all. And now we're just gonna mix our batter together. Now, another thing I didn't realize after that first day when I had sticky toffee pudding at Hell's Kitchen, I didn't realize it was a Scottish dessert. So when I went on my trip with Jackie to visit our good friends in Scotland, and I noticed that sticky toffee pudding was on the menu everywhere we went, and then our good friend Jonathan made us homemade sticky toffee pudding, I knew my Scottish roots were coming through. All right, it should be this nice, dark, rich brown color, and it should be runny, but thick, just like waffle batter. All right, my waffle iron is preheated, but they won't take too long to cook. So before I get that going, I want to get the sauce going. So in a small saucepan, we are going to warm up all the ingredients for the sauce and just stir it together until it's warm and smooth. So we need more light butter. We're going to use more of that 0-calorie brown sugar substitute. Now, that's all we want to add first, and we're going to warm this up until the butter and the brown sugar melts together, and then we'll add the rest of the ingredients. So we're going to warm this over medium heat. Okay, as soon as the butter and brown sugar is melted, we're going to add evaporated milk. Just whisk that in. And then we're going to let this heat through for about 2 to 3 minutes before adding our final ingredients off the heat. You want to keep whisking this so that it doesn't scorch on the bottom of the pan. So whisk it often for about 2 to 3 minutes. Now we're going to remove this from the heat. And to finish the sauce, we're going to add the rest of that protein powder. Make sure you're whisking while you add it so it doesn't get clumpy. And a pinch of salt. It's not very expensive, but it's the type of Belgian waffle maker that you flip it over. It tells you exactly when they're done. There's no guesswork, there's no timing. Now, one trick, you need to make sure you spray your waffle iron, okay? I know, I use this butter flavored nonstick spray. You know what? You can't avoid everything in the world, but if you don't want to use this, you can use like a spray olive oil or a spray avocado oil. But this really does the trick for non-stick, and it adds a tiny little butter flavor. And you know what? For the minuscule amount that you're putting on the iron making this waffle, it's not a big deal. Pour that right in the center, and it will spread out. And you close the waffle iron. Close it up. Flip it over. Okay, the light says they're ready. Let's see how they turned out. Okay, flip them back over. A perfect waffle. A perfect waffle.
Want this recipe and over 250 more just like it? Grab them all in our app with the monthly meal plan recipe subscription at fitfoodiechicks.com/food. And don't forget to grab your free Ultimate 10 ebook with our top 10 viral breakfast, lunch, treat, and snack recipes that broke the internet. Get it at fitfoodiechicks.com/ebook or in the link in our bio or the description of this video.
Want this recipe sent straight to your inbox for free? Just click the link in the pinned comment or the description of this video and we'll send it right over. Now, let's eat. Oh my gosh. The slight sweetness of the dates, that warmness of the molasses and the brown sugar with the caramel sauce. That's amazing.